like I'm live, according to YouTube. Anyway, guys, if you're in there, join in and we can talk palms or whatever else you want to talk about. But I'm not going to mention the C word.
No, talk about Saturday market.
Talk about the Saturday market.
Saturday?
Actually, I worked today, so
It was good to see lots of tourists.
It's packed with tourists. Our
Yeah.
town is like a zoo with tourists. The cars were backed up way up the hill.
Oh, I was in that lineup coming in.
It was insane. So I shot a video of it. I'll upload that later. You can see it. I didn't even drive through the whole town. It was that busy. It was just freaking insane. Too busy for me, and I'm glad we live far from town. So it's another nice evening here. It's just after 6 p.m. Pacific time, and the current temperature is... Hey, how's it going? It's 19.5 degrees Celsius. Right now it's 6 something p.m. The sun is... I'll show you where the sun is. You can see it right... Well, Wendy's putting together some patio chairs. It's through those trees over there. Anyway, it's nice out. Humidity's around 60%, something like that. I can hear some frogs doing their thing. But anyway, yeah, I got called into work. It's pretty rare that I ever work a weekend, but there's a guy away, one of our workers, so I went in and worked. Oh no, hopefully it was you guys. Hey, I know it sounds crazy, and you're probably going to be batting down the hatches, and hopefully everybody will be safe, but try to shoot a video of it. That gets good views. Storms people like to watch in Tennessee, in the volunteer state.
Oh, wow.
You try to get a video of it. I shot we had like a hurricane type storm here come through with the hurricane winds. It wasn't a hurricane, but hurricane winds in December 2018. And it was pretty crazy. Max is in there. Max Lax, how's it going? Good to see you in there. I'm just watching Wendy. I won't say struggle putting together a patio chair. I couldn't get one of the screws in it. It was driving me crazy. Anyway, it was a good day today. I got home from work.
It's okay, Joe. I couldn't get that one in either. I tried. You tried.
I got home from work today, and then somebody phoned. Somebody wanted to come and get. We were expecting high winds and extreme rain. Hopefully, no tornadoes.
Do they have like hatches, like where they should?
Yeah, I think there's storm cellars. I think there's storm cellars down there. Tornado threat is real too. Yeah, see. The high winds don't bother me as much, but tornadoes would freak me out because tornadoes like basically a big blender. When you hit the switch on a blender, it just spins around and it follows like a path. And man, your neighbor's house could be totally demolished, and the houses across the street could be totally unfazed. But I heard inside a tornado, everything's just spinning around, and they're like 2x4s. I mean, there could be some small cars spinning around there, so it's like a big grinder, right? It's like a vacuum. That's what it is, right? Hey, Pommy Pal, we're going to get your yearly average rain in this storm. Wow, so you're not going to have to water. That's a good thing. It's so frickin' dry here. Like, we are going to be losing so many plants. It's like we see so many sick and dead plants from this, stressed and dead plants from this drought. It's just terrible, man. So what we're going to do is rip them out and replace them with yuccas. We decided we're going to replace with a lot of yuccas and cordyline. The yuccas are thriving. And even some of the palms get stressed in this. And I noticed one of the sable minor palms looks pretty beat up. It's kind of a drag. It didn't get watered enough. Got missed.
We're going to work on building a veggie garden.
Wendy wants to work on the vegetable garden next year. Bad part, we have too much excessive rainfall this year. Yeah, well, as long as there's places for that rain to run off. That's the thing. If there's runoffs and stuff like that, it's okay. 10 inches of rain, we're about... Oh my God, this 10 inches. 10 inches. Holy cow. I mean, we can get that in a month. I think the most I've ever seen in a month is it was November. It might have been 10 or 11 inches. It was a lot. It was a lot of rain. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And because our winter months are totally wet, right? But hi, Caleb, how's it going? But to get that like in one storm, that is a ton of rain. So like there could be like flash floods, which is pretty scary. Sorry, I haven't been on this stream, I believe. You've been to school. Well, that's okay. School's good too. Hey, Joe, what did you think about? I think that's a cool palm. I think that's a really cool palm.
Oh, is Caleb back at school?
Yeah, they're back at school now. We don't go back to school. The kids don't go back to school here till after Labor Day. So when is that? The second week? Is it after the first week? Whenever Labor Day is. Gotta go. I'll be preparing things for the start. Okay, stay safe down there. Try to get some video if you can. Yeah, the kids go back to school after the first week. When's Labor Day, guys? When is Labor Day? Is it like the 6th or the 7th of September or something like that?
What day?
So the kids go back to school after Labor Day. I think the Labor Day is the Monday, so they go back on the Tuesday. And then summer vacation is over for the kids, but okay, you'll go back on the 8th, okay. And you got to remember the kids here only go 4 days a week. There's a 4-day school week here on the Gulf Islands, so they got it pretty easy. Where should we go back? Oh, on the 7th, okay. Everybody's the same here: elementary, junior, and senior secondary. You're a sophomore. That's like, what is a sophomore? I mean, they say that in the States, but we never said that here.
No, it's kind of like middle. Is it middle school? Is that 10, 11?
That's
maybe?
like 10, 11. Would that be 9 or 10 or 10, 11? Grade 10, 11. See, when I went to school, it was elementary school, which was grade school. And then there was junior high. You're grade 10, okay, 10th. Then there was junior high, which went from 8 to 10. And then there was senior secondary, which was 11 and
So
12.
here we have a middle school.
We have middle school here too, sorry. That's 10th. Now actually we have middle school. Middle school grows grade 6 to 8. And now, hear the frog?
Yep.
High school goes from grade 9 to 12. 9 to 12. So I don't have any more kids in school. My kids are all done. My last one graduated in 2018. He's going to be, he just turned 21 in early July. July 13th, he turned 21. So my youngest is 21. And Wendy's youngest is 35. She's going to be 35 soon. God, your oldest is, I know, and your oldest is like 37. Wendy's oldest kid is 37.
36.
Can you believe that? Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird, man. Time flies. Yeah, but I'm going to stick that. Yeah, how hardy is it, Palmy Pal? Exactly what is the cold hardiness on that palm? I'm just curious that you don't have to prove it, you can read it. Really? No way. Holy cow. Crazy. Oh, so it's a tropical type palm. That's what I thought. Well, supposedly the queen palm we have, and somebody says he doesn't think it's a queen palm. Kelowna is zone 9A, but probably a high end is zone 9A. So the queen palm we have, which I think is a queen palm, but somebody watched my video and says, well, I don't think that's a queen palm. Well, I don't know what it is then, because it sure doesn't look like a mule palm, but maybe it is a mule palm. The guy that sent it to me says it was Syagrus cross Butia. I think that's what he said. It was Syagrus cross Butia or Butia cross Syagrus, but I'm not seeing any Butia in it. To me, it looks more Syagrus. Anyway, it was planted February 2018, and it's still going and is still growing. And I will put a bag over it this winter, just a plastic bag. And if winter claims it, it claims it. It's kind of an experiment. Anyway, and I do have a phoenix in the ground too. And the phoenix, they say it can take down to 20. Oh, okay, 20. That's pretty good. That's kind of like the Pachardia terrellii. Pachardia terrellii, I can take a little bit below 20. I heard mine is 7.5 Celsius. I think some could probably grow it there. Huh, interesting. Where'd you get that one? Did you get it from Phil Bergman down at Jungle Music Palms in Westminster, California? I've got palms from Phil Bergman before. He's an International Palm Society member and also a California Palm Society member. Southern California, I used to be in that. I used to be a member of that too, as well. I used to subscribe to their journal just because I like looking at all the palmy pics, but that was a long time ago. But Phil Bergman has quite an extensive palm tree collection just near San Diego, Chula Vista. I guess he's in Westminster, and it's all around that area. So how's your Cunninghamiana? Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, we have the China firs it's thriving. You know, I planted one at my last location and it got really good size. From Florida. Okay, cool. Cool, Palmy Pal. Yeah, no, our Cunninghamiana is doing really well. There's a huge one growing in Beacon Hill Park. It looks like a native tree. It's so big. Where did I get that one? I think I got it. You know, I walked into a nursery and they had one or two. And it was on the mainland. I think I got it at a nursery on the mainland. Yeah, it is kind of prehistoric looking, almost kind of prickly like a monkey tree. And we have a lot of monkey puzzle trees in our garden as well too. Oh, I should show you the monkey puzzle babies. Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, shit. Oops, drop that. Okay, I think I've had enough. I'm going to do this tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you one of them. There we go. What would I miss here? Send a link to you later. Okay, cool. There is a little monkey puzzle baby. That's what it's looking like today. One of them actually has burn on the foliage from the heat, right? But that's what one of them looks like right there. And you can see the seed. That's what the monkey seed. We had a huge water polo tournament this weekend. So tiring. 6 out of 10 games. Played almost every team Oregon. Oh, well, that's cool. That sounds like fun.
Water polo.
Water polo. That sounds like an awesome
Nice
time.
sport.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've never seen that played before. I've seen
Is it
regular
like
polo played
volleyball,
like.
sort of? In the water.
No, I'm so tired. Well, that's good exercise. Very start. I bought some Willamai. Oh yeah, Willamai is great. Willamai pine. There's a lady on the west side here, not too far from us, has a nice size one in her garden. I shot a video of it last year. So we tried to propagate a branch down in the ground, and she cut it off. He said it had roots on it, but I guess she didn't water it enough, and it died. So I've been in a school. I've been in a school for a bit now. Oh, you've been in school for a bit now. Wow, amazing. Yeah, like I say, they go back here after Labor Day, so a few
Their summer
weeks.
starts way before ours.
Yeah, yours. Yeah, I think you get out of school earlier than our kids. So
They almost get 3 months off.
you get off. Our kids get out in late
When I was in
June.
North Dakota, it was almost like we had 3 months off.
Our
for
kids
summer.
get out of school in late June. See, when Wendy lived in North Dakota, she said she got just about 3 months off from school for summer. We don't get that here. Kids just get 2 months off.
That was a while ago.
All the kids at water polo were from the Portland area. They were all druggy, sketchy. Those sketchy punks. Those Portland kids, punks.
Sketchy.
Mid-May. Oh, you get out in mid-May?
Yeah.
No way. Someone gave me a rooted clipping. But since the clipping, like a branch. Oh wow. Well, I put a branch down in the ground and put a rock on it. It did root, but. Oh, your family's from North Dakota. Yeah, Wendy lived in North Dakota. Her dad taught at a college there. So he taught at a university, and she went to school there. Hello, Jane. Aloha. Aloha, Jane. Jane, it is just under 20 degrees Celsius here with 60% humidity. And I know how warm it is in Hawaii. I get out June 11th. Wow. That's awesome. I used to love summer holidays, man. But you know the problem with summer holidays? They went way too fast. Yeah, one more year. Off to college. Cool. Right on. Are you going to study palm trees? That'd be a cool thing to study, eh? Botany, palms. It's 86. Jane, that's nice. 86 and nice and sunny because it's just after 3 in the afternoon where Jane is. See, where Jane lives, it's just after 3 p.m. Hawaiian time. There are people still sitting on the beach. Well, there's actually probably people still sitting on the beach here as well, where we are on Salt Spring Island. There's actually a lot of people on the beach today when I went down there. My Great Pyrenees just turned 5. Oh, cool. Those are cool dogs. I had a German Shepherd and a friend had a Pyrenees. 2.2 here on Wednesday. 2.2? What? Anonymous. Hello. How you doing? 2.2. Wow, that's pretty cool. This morning was around 57 here, something like that. I think it was 57 degrees. So hasn't been too low here, the temperatures. And the daytime temperatures I notice are definitely starting to cool down a bit, and I like that. It was in the lower 20s today, and that just makes it a lot more easy for me to function when I get called into work on a Saturday. I'm up in the mountains now. Oh, you're up in the mountains now. Cool. Well, when it's really hot, I wish I was way up in the mountains where it was cool because it was crazy. It was crazy hot this whole summer. Too hot for me. And like I say, thank God the humidity's low. Makes it a lot easier. It's just our garden is struggling. That's the thing that really sucks. It's just like I don't see any rain coming. And if we don't get it soon, there's going to be a lot more dead plants we're going to be pulling out and replacing with yuccas. And I think maybe just yucca recurvifolias. I planted a bunch more yucca recurvifolias. 39. Wow, you're getting Palmy Pal 78. Yeah, we were in the lower 70s today. We were 70. Let's just see, what's 22? 22, 72, 71, something like that. Yeah, you're getting close to frost there, Caleb, it looks like, eh? Wow, I guess you guys can get frost in September there. It doesn't happen here. Our frost usually comes in December here. Usually in December. I mean, I've seen it in November too, but it usually comes in December sometime. Later. It can be even later. I've had it come later, much later. 79. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, you're a lot warmer there than here. It's amazing what the difference is when you live inland, eh? Just the fluctuation of temperatures. We usually get our first frost right about, really? At end of August. That is interesting. Wow. Yeah, no, it's never happened here. Not in recorded history that I can see. We don't usually get frost. That's like us too. November, December. It's usually December most every year for us. And that's okay. Later the better. Pretty rainy, cool this end of the island now. Whereabouts are you again? Candid Sculpts? Where were you? You were way up island, right? We don't. Oh, you're not Port Renfrew, Port McNeil. Port McNeil. We haven't had any measurable precipitation here. We've had 3 millimeters of rain since around June 15th or 14th, something like that. 3 millimeters. Port McNeil. Yeah, that's right. Way up there. Yeah. So is that considered? Campbell River's halfway. So that's north of Campbell River, Port McNeil, right? And you're right on the ocean. So I guess you guys have everything there too, or maybe I asked that. Like you got everything in Port McNeil, right? Like Home Depot and Walmart and fast food and all that stuff, right? 2 hours north. Wow, yeah, that's a long way up. Hey, did you say you're growing palm trees up there? Are you growing some palm trees up in Port McNeil, or have you seen palm trees? No. Have you seen palm trees up there? I'm curious. Like I've seen them in Campbell River. I've seen palms definitely in Campbell River. I used to go up there to visit my father-in-law. He had a place up there, and we'd stay there sometime. And he didn't live there; he lives there now. But his wife was born and raised up there in Campbell River, so they had some houses, and then he had a penthouse suite. We'd stay up in McGreens, but there's a few. Oh, so there are some in Port McNeil. That is awesome. So there are windmill palms in Port McNeil. That is really good to know. Cool. That just shows you how mild the winters are there. I don't think it gets that terribly cold in Port McNeil. I think you guys can probably get a lot of snow, right? But I don't think it gets bitterly cold, which is cool. What's the oldest palm you have? What's the oldest palm you have in our garden? The oldest one in our garden, windmill palm, is 30, just about 35 years old. Actually, 35 years I planted. It's older than that, though. Not as many further down. Lots of monkey trees. There's some of them Cape Scott. I'm smoking. Anonymous. Almost no snow. Wow. That's cool. 1 hour west of me is 8B. Simply Sam. How's it going, Simply Sam? So almost no snow in Port McNeil. That's amazing. That is so cool, man. And it's that far up. I mean, I wonder how far you guys are from our island. Like from our island chain, we're quite south here. I've gone past Port McNeil. I see many times on a cruise ship when it's cold and clear. Yeah, really good. Good to see you, Simply Sam. Hope all is well where you're at. Yeah, often we have winters without snow, but then sometimes we get dumped on too. And exactly, so often the cold, dry air mixes with the warm, moist Pacific air, and that's when it translates to snow. So last day we had the only snow we had last year, I think, was February 14th. I think it was actually snowed on Valentine's Day, and it lasted a couple of days on the ground. It's hybrid 60 to 70. Oh yeah, well there's some right there. See, we have lots of it Wendigos. Do you have any begonia grandis? We had it, but they dried up and died. I used to grow this stuff years ago. They're totally hardy plants here. And there's another one too that works here as well. You know, the hell that grows the bananas, he's got regular begonias outside and they come back every year. And they're actually in a planter. They look fantastic. They're these huge begonias. There are 4 native Pachardia species. Is there 4 of them, Jane? That is cool. They do need moist soil, yeah. 4 species. That is cool. The Pachardia is an awesome palm tree, and for you guys that don't know what a Pachardia is, it is like a Hawaiian fan palm, and it is a beautiful palm. And I wish we could grow them here. Kind of has the leaves of a Washingtonia. All you want is Mary Jane, do you? Yeah, I don't. We grow it, but I don't. I don't do anything else with it. We just like it because it's a beautiful plant. So that's what the patio looks like behind me, right? And there's some geraniums, and just a lot of vegetation behind us. There's a 360. And there's some big conifers there, towering conifers. And then there's the big Pacific Madrona. And there's more Pacific Madronas there on the other far side of our property. See those towering Pacific Madrona trees? There's a B&B right underneath there. And Wendy calls it arbutus blossom. So those are arbutus trees. There's arbutus. Lots of arbutus trees around here. And they do self-seed like a mad, like weeds. So anyway, I like to grow Mary Jane, but I don't do anything else with it. We just enjoy it because it's a nice plant. It's a garden ornamental, and I think it looks just as nice as palm trees or bananas myself. Anyway, that one palm behind me was suffering a little bit. It was kind of dry, and when the palms get too dry, the frond fingers kind of fold inwards tight, just like when it gets really cold. If it gets really cold, you're in a cold area, sometimes the fronds will turn darker green and fold inwards. And Kahu, what are you doing? I think he's looking for a rat. And like Fatsy and a lot of broadleaf evergreen guys in a cold winter, on a cold winter day, they turn dark green, they kind of flop down. Hi all, Don Arnold, good to see you in there, Don. So there's a few people here on Gulf Island Rock tonight, and it was kind of a last minute thing to do a live stream. I wasn't really planning on it. You know, I got up early this morning, I went down and watered palm nursery, then I went to work for 4 hours. Didn't get home till an hour later after that because I ended up yapping with everybody in the market. So your session expired. Please log in again. What does that mean? Something came up. Hopefully the live stream's going okay, guys, and hopefully I'm not, it's not buffering or it's not crashing because it seems to be okay. I'm on Wendy's iPad right now, and this new iPad is just a beauty. I just love these things. They're just awesome. I don't know. I don't know where the camera is in this. So when you look, I don't know where I'm actually looking. Like, where's the camera on this iPad? I don't see it. Is the whole screen a camera? You know, because my laptop, the camera's kind of like right in the center, right in the center of the top. But I'm not seeing any camera on this thing. It's just that's how high tech it is, right? Crazy. Anyway, I won't go too long tonight. I just wanted to do, a short one. Like I say, it was like this last minute thing. I said, Wendy, just give me your thing and I'll do a live stream for you. So anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing well out there and enjoying the weekend. And I'm really looking forward to holidays. In just over a month, my Franklini. Oh, Franklini are pretty cool. I think they're extinct in the wild, aren't they? They're beautiful trees and they get nice flowers on them. I used to sell those years ago at when I worked at a big nursery. Pachardia bark is longer. No way. Really? I bet you they look awesome, Jane. If you ever get a photo of the inflorescence and with that palm on the palm, put a picture of it up on the internet. Oh, it is so dry here, Dawn. It is not even funny. It is so dry. It's like you look at our sports fields where I work. We were lining them the other day because soccer season starts. I think after the first week of September. So we had to line all the sports fields. It is like lining the Sahara Desert minus the sand. It's just crispy, brown, dead grass. It's the whole island is like that. It's just crispy, brown, the grasses. And the only thing that's green are the conifers and a lot of the maples if they're in good soil. But a lot of the maples too have lost their leaves or they've changed color and they've turned crispy brown. So it's too dry. It was Friday. Was it Friday? It was Friday. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday, or maybe it was Thursday. One day there was some rain where I was. Hello, palm tree dude. One of the days it rained out up at Portlock Park where I was having my lunch in my parks truck, and it was coming down pretty good through the hour for my half-hour lunch break. And up here, there was no measurable precipitation. I drove about a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road, bone dry. It's really localized here. Hi, Palm. Don Arnold says, hi, Palm. It's really localized on our island because of topography. So it can be pouring rain in one area and absolutely bone dry in another. And that's the way it works with snow. And that's also the way it works with temperatures here on Salt Spring Island. They vary greatly from one end to the other because of the topography, right? And we have a lot of weather stations here. So, I mean, I'm always checking the different ones, and it does, it changes a lot just in a short distance. I'm in the mountains at the moment, less humidity and higher. Cool. That's okay. You know what, palm tree dude? Easier to sleep. Way easy to sleep when it's cooler. Pachardia backray grows in the same habitat. Does it look nicer? Do you think it's a nicer looking palm, Jane? Which one do you like better? Mardi Eye or the first one that you said? I wish I could grow a Pachardia here. They took away my Pachardia seeds at the airport. I had Pachardia seeds too. And, had them all ready to go. I've learned my lesson. Never bring palm seeds back in my pockets when I'm at the airport in Hawaii. So next time I go to Hawaii, I will mail them back. And I did that one time when I was in Waikiki. I mailed them at the post office in Honolulu, or near Honolulu. Jane knows the post office, the big post office with all the Phoenix sylvestre palm trees growing around it, the date palms. Looks the same as, oh, it does. It looks the same. Okay. A lot of buildings here don't have air conditioning. Mine does. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, not a lot of people here have air conditioning either. They have heat exchange. That's what it is. They call it a heat exchange, right? And it takes the outside air and it makes it warm, or it makes the outside air, it'll cool it too. Either way, in the wintertime it warms it, in the summertime it cools it. Heat exchange. So that's a really good thing to have. We don't have one. We have fans, and the fans just kind of blow the heat around. So that's what we do. And we still actually have the fan going every night. It just makes it easier to sleep. But I'm looking forward to much cooler nights. When the nighttime temperatures get below 10, I'm going to be very happy. 10 degrees Celsius. Oh, you're at a college campus. Cool. So it's just for the students. Okay, interesting. Cool. Up in the mountains. Awesome. You gotta like that. The students don't have AC. Oh, the students don't have AC. Huh. Well, hopefully it won't get too hot there for you. You know, we are going to be getting into fall soon enough, and hopefully things will cool off for you. Right? And don't get me wrong, summer's a good month, but I just wish we had rain here on Salt Spring Island. That's the downside of living here and I don't like it. I don't like that part of Salt Spring. It's too dry in the summertime. I am very envious of people who get rain in the summer. I wish it would pour rain every few days here. I'd be super happy. The garden would be happy, the island would be happy, and the risk of forest fire would be way down. But right now, risk of forest fire is so high. It's like, it's a really scary thought of a forest fire. It's like, it's a month now, and I will be really cool back my home, Central Virginia. Oh, cool. It'll still be hot. That's awesome. Well, it'll be cooler here, definitely. It'll start to cool down. And like I say, it's when somebody's worries about a hurricane coming, when they live in the deep south, we worry about forest fires coming here. So it also takes a careless person with a match or a cigarette, throw a cigarette out their window and burn up the whole island. So it's a pretty scary thought to think that you could lose everything from some careless person, right? So you have to plant more palm trees. I don't think they burn as easy, right? I mean, the trees all around me, those big suckers, see those big trees up there? Those guys burn, they're full of oils. Those are big Douglas trees, and they burn up real easy. So, and I mean, they are beautiful trees, but I like broadleaf evergreens. No more forest fires. Yeah, we had one day with a little bit of smoke here, and it was hazy and smoky, and I shot a video of it. But other than that, it's been a really good summer. We really lucked out, really lucked out on the forest fire smoke this year. Thank God. They have it everywhere else, and I guess the prevailing winds off the ocean kept it away or something. I don't know, but or the jet stream pulled it away and took it somewhere else. But last year and the year before, we had a few days of smoke, and it was pretty ugly, pretty hard on the lungs. But last weekend when we drove up island to Nanaimo, we drove through Ladysmith, and there was a lot of forest fire smoke. It was terrible. I'm going to put my little monkey tree back a little less. So that's what the baby monk. For those of you who haven't seen it, that's what a baby monkey tree looks like. Aren't they cute? Don't you wish they'd just stay like that forever? It's just as prickly though. Can't hardly hear you, and you're on. Oh, is that right, eh? Really? I'm on Wendy's iPad, but there's nothing I can do about the volume. There's really nothing I can do about the volume here, unfortunately. I know when I got my speaker, external speaker plugged in on my laptop, it nobody can hear me. So I have to always have that unplugged. But I don't think there's any way of me controlling my volume so you can hear me louder there. You just have to crank it up, or you have to get a speaker, get an external speaker. Anyway, I'm gonna put my little monkey tree back. And I got to find a place to plant these in our garden. And they get a little bit bigger. I think they're kind of cool. So let's put this here. Frogs are happening. There's a lot more frogs right now too. So as the weather cools in the day, the more tree frogs seem to come out. They like it. Can you hear that? Sometimes the monkey trees get stuck in the seed pod. Yeah, they do. We can't break out. Studying biology, but I'm seriously considering double majoring. Oh, meteorology would be cool. Weather's cool. Ladysmith has some. Yeah, they do, and so do they in Nanaimo as well. Ladysmith, there's some really old plants, Don. Some really old trees. There's a giant rhodo on Fifth Street. I think it's on Fifth Street. It's absolutely massive. Planted in 1800, but half of it broke off. I think in that wind, was it the wind? Might have been the wind in 2018. I'll message you. I think it was the wind in 2018. We had that hurricane windstorm, and I think it might have broke it in half. I actually have a video of that rhodo. It's just absolutely gigantic. It's pretty cool. Imagine if they planted palms back in 1880. It'd be pretty cool. Well, I'll go for a couple more minutes here, and then I'm going to pack it in because we do have B&B guests, and I think they're actually down on the lower deck, and they're listening to me babble. So, and we have our B&B is completely packed. We have 2 checkouts tomorrow, 2 more people checking in. So, yeah, I'll go to 30 minutes, and then I will pull the plug on this, and I'll let you guys enjoy your evening so you don't have to listen to me babble all night. And maybe tomorrow I will do a live stream on Banana JSSI when our friend Cora's here. Our friend Cora's having her birthday here, and she likes to stay at our B&B. So she's coming over from the Big Island, Chemainus, which is just across the water. And maybe if I'm doing a live stream tomorrow, she can join in. She's pretty funky wild gal. You think you'd like her. So if I got a connection, come here, cow. He's a rat hunter. He's hunting for rats. If I do it, it might be around 5, something like that. We'll see, because she is actually gonna have a birthday party. It'd be kind of cool to live stream her birthday party. I think I'd like to do that, only if she wants to, right? I mean, I like to live stream. I think it's kind of fun. just to interact with other people out there rather than just the same old people on this island. It is beautiful here. I'll grab this camera, this here, and we'll go, and maybe you can see the sun going through the trees behind me. And here you can see some of the garden. And over here, the sun shining on everything over there, the totem and the palms. It's just a nice palmy, kind of quiet evening. It's very quiet up on this end of the island. That's what I like about it. No neighbors, and just peace and quiet. Going to town today was a rat race. It really was. Just, it's overrun with tourists. Too many tourists there. But you know what? They are good for the economy. And that's why we live far enough from town. We don't have to deal with all the noise. The only tourists I see around here are the ones that are staying in Wendy's B&B. So anyway, I will leave that with you, a sunset from Salt Spring Island. Let's get out of the way so you can see the sunset. Can you see that? Oh, let's get farther out here. Can you see it through the tree there? Anyway, and that's a very small part of it, Don. Just a very tiny, tiny portion of our garden. Our garden is really very large, very large. And there are palm trees in every part of the garden. I'll show you out here a bit. I see if these B&B guests are gone. Some yuccas. Cordyline are even suffering too. It's just, they're dry, right? You see the dry leaves on them, right? And then some yuccas there, bigger yuccas. Those are the gigantea. And then here's our twisted up yucca. That's yucca gigantea, right? And then here's the cactus patch. You see some of the, oh, bromeliads have color in them too. Here's some Chilean bromeliads. I want to show you guys. See the red coming, and then the flowers comes down inside. I planted these years ago. And then here's a nice one here too. Look at that. Look at the red on those. And there's the flower. I'll show you right down inside there. Can you see that? Hang on. Right in the center, there's kind of a blue flower in these bromeliads. So those are Chilean bromeliad, Fascus galeria bicolor. And the oleanders took a beating. It was just so dry. And I don't know if these guys are out. They are gone out. They are gone out. So here. No, I'm certainly not. Not everyone. Not everyone on this island. There we go. See that? And we take vaxxed or non-vaxxed on this in our B&B. No discrimination here. So here's the front. Here's the front garden. Right on. Yeah, right on, Duck Killer Clyde. Anyway, here's the front garden right here. And the B&B guests are out, so I think they're out. Right there. Yeah, there we go. So that's what it looks like in the front here right now. And I'll tell you what, there's oleander blooming down here. And this is a nice palm. Look at that one. Look at the fronds on that. And look at this. I got to keep on top of these guys. These eucalyptus trees. These 100-foot ones that were cut down. They look like a hippie. Look at the mop on the things. They're just going back like weeds, right? So there. That's part of the front garden. Just part of it. And I mean, you've seen it from the videos. It's no big deal. See the tree ferns down in here? There's some Australian ones. So I said I was only going to do a half-hour live stream. And I'm going to show you the camarops. There's one of our camarops that I've shown you before. A nice cami right there. That's a beauty. I planted that one years ago. And look at the fronds on it. I just love camarops palms. Nice stiff fronds. And then we got the cerifera beside it. And all of the ukes that are coming back nicely. And the tiki totems. The tiki tribe. Right there. On the crispy bamboo. See, that got fried up in the heat. So crispy. This one's suffering. Bamboo's up here really suffering because of the dry, rocky soil. Oh, you don't like them, eh? God, I love camera ops. You probably don't like the spines on the petioles. That's what you don't like. You don't like those sharp spines they have, because I've actually had one of those jabbed in me once. You know what else I had jabbed under my fingernail? Was a needle from a needle palm. I was playing around with the trunk, and too many thorns. Yeah, oh, I like the fronds on them, man. I think they look just killer. So we'll go this way. And remember, folks, plant those palms. You put lots of palms together. The guy, I had a customer at the nursery today, and he says, "Is it okay to plant palm trees in a clump?" And I says, "Let's look through the garden." So we looked through the garden, and I says, "There's a whole bunch of palm trees planted in a clump." Yes, you can plant palm trees in a tight knit clump. And there goes the sun right behind me. And doesn't the sunset look better through palm trees? Look at that. There you go. I'm going to leave you with a sunset. There you go. There's a sunset on the southern Gulf Islands right there. And it just looks way more tropical when you have palm trees. See, if that was a blue spruce, it probably wouldn't look quite as good. But with that, much better. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say take care, and thanks for joining in. And I will see you all next time. And I'm glad I could share a sunset with you, because I'm sure you guys are having an awesome sunset too. And it's always cool to take a photo of a sunset or a sunrise through a palm tree when you live in a northern climate, because it really does fool people. All right. So thanks. And if I do one tomorrow, it'll probably be around 5 o'clock. And so join in. All right. Thanks again, Dawn. See you later. Good night, neighbor. Yeah, take care, buddy. And I always enjoy you coming in there, Clyde. Take care, man. Say hi to Betty. And all of you folks out there in YouTube land, happy palm growing and a happy sunset tonight. Look at that. Man, I'm only seeing it through the computer screen because I'm looking this way. Oh, look that way. It's just blinding. Cheers, man. Have a good one. Thanks for everybody for joining in. Cheers to you all. And now I got to